Good morning, everyone. How you doing this morning? It is 7:15 a.m. and I am up making a video. Well, I'm attempting to make a video. Can you believe that? I've been messing around with this phone trying to free up some space, and I think I freed up a little bit of space. But if it goes off, y'all, it just have to go off because I don't know how much space I have up here because I've been having this problem. And it hasn't been that long ago that I bought a SD card for this particular phone. And then I goes to the T-Mobile yesterday, and I don't have any space on the new phone that I got. That's $400 I wish I kept in my pocket. You know what I mean? I thought the lady told me I wouldn't have to worry about storage, but she did say something about I might be able to um, use my Wi-Fi or something like that to record on. I don't understand how to do all that stuff. And so therefore, I've been sort of missing in action for a while. But I finally got the other video. Remember the video I told you that I was trying to upload for 4 days? The one that has the striped shirt on. Now that video, I was able to upload it yesterday. But the video itself was made quite a while back there. Sometime last week, maybe over a week ago. But anyway, she showed me how to get that video up. She said I was downloading something. I had everything going into a cloud or something like that. But anyway, that video is up. So here I am. I'm on my other phone. I'm not on that new one. And so trying to make a video so I could talk to the AAG team. How y'all doing on this Sunday morning? Are you prayed up? After that video I made the other day, I need to get prayed up. The one about the gossip. Oh yeah, I've been working on it, child. But it's hard. It's hard. You can't. Ain't nobody perfect. Let's face reality. We ain't perfect. Our body is not perfect. We all have some kind of flaw or something on ourselves that if we could change, we would change. I don't know anyone who is completely satisfied with the way they appear, they look. I just don't know anyone. Unless, they keep it to a secret. Like I said before, even the most beautiful models, movie stars, and stuff like that, they still have something that bothers them. You know what I mean? And so they try to have it. I'm trying to set the phone down, y'all. I got a cup of coffee here. That's why I don't have no space on my desk. I wish so much that I could have a bigger desk, but I don't have nowhere to put it. But then if I had a bigger desk, it would have been bigger trash, I know how to trash a place up, believe me. I was looking at my bedroom. I said, oh my goodness, I just cleaned the bedroom. And already, mostly it's stuff on the dresser. I just take things and throw it on the dresser instead of putting it in its, own little area. And then sometimes I don't have an area to put it in. And so I'm thinking very seriously about I might get out there. If I could get somebody to come over here, to be with me when I have a tag sale, I will definitely get out there in the yard. But I really can't think of anybody right now. Even if one of the neighbors could come over, the lady down there. Matter of fact, I might ask her, could she come and sit with me one day when I get out there in the yard before school. Well, school is going to start when? Next, I was thinking if I could have one before school starts. When it gets a little cooler, which is cool enough now as far as I'm concerned. I had my blankets on again, and right now it's still only 62 degrees, and it's 7:20 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Yeah, it's 7:25 to be exact. I was looking at that clock up there, the one I never changed the battery on until the next year, or either until it just completely stops. That's a darn shame, but it's the truth. Like they say, I don't get nothing out of lying. There ain't nobody paying me to lie. I mean, if somebody want me to lie for them, I will for a price. Okay? No, I don't. I'm not a good liar. Just forget about it. It would show all over me that I'm lying. I can joke, but you know, some people say joking is a lie as well. But I call a joke being all in fun. You know, just to make people laugh, have put a little laughter, a little smile on the face and stuff like that. But when you get down to a serious lie or something like that, you know, that's a different story altogether. So, what are y'all doing today? I don't know how the weather is. We had so much stuff going on over here yesterday, y'all. I went to the store. I went to Stop and Shop. And I went to, first I wanted to go to Walmart. And I called my daughter and I said, she want to go shopping. She said she has some painters at the house. I said, wow. And so I jumped on my old buzz around because I wanted to go to my pharmacy. I called my pharmacy 2 times and they didn't answer the phone. And I said, why my pharmacy? They're supposed to be open half a day on Saturday. And so I was about to leave my house to go to check, you know, to see why the pharmacy wasn't answering my phone. And somebody had rang my doorbell. They was telling me about something that was going on over there by the Q house. They said they had a bounce house over there and some games. I don't know if it was basically, you know, something for the kids, like, you know, the getting kids stuff, getting ready for back to school. But I think when I came to the door and he realized that I'm elderly, but he went ahead and told me about it, what was happening. I said, yes, and I'm on my way down that way now, which I was. I was going to the pharmacy. But the pharmacy was closed, so from there I went right on over to Stop and Shop because I needed some water. And so I went over there. Of course, you always buy something else that you ain't planning to buy at Stop and Shop. I don't know what happens to us when we get in the, I guess it's like Allison, what's it called, that guy that went to We Walk Up, I guess it's like being there in a place that you just see something you want and you just get it. That's what happened to me. And if it happened to me, it could happen to you, y'all. And watch the next time you go to the store and see how people look like they're in a trance or either they are lost. I'm doing the same thing, though, so I can't talk about nobody else because I do the same thing. I be zoning when I'm in the in the store. I'm like, I'm looking, first of all, at the signs to see where something is, sometimes like that. And then I'm looking at my list. It is really amazing if you ever really watch people when they're in the store. You know, not just say staring at people or nothing like that, because people, you know, sometimes they get ticked off if you're staring at them. They want to know what you looking at me for, you know. Some people, you can't look at them. So you got to kind of keep your head down. But just get a sneak peep at people. And then there's people who just let the kids go buck wild, which I can't complain because, Lord, I did the same thing. But I didn't know where my kids was at. I didn't know if they were acting up. My kids were pretty good kids, though, when they were little. But when they got, I don't know what happened to them. I said, who are these people? I don't know them. But when they were kids, little kids, it wasn't too much of a problem. I had no problem with them kids. No. But some people just let their kids go buck wild. I guess they just pretend like they don't see them or something. I guess they say, I need a break. I've had it. I can't take it. But this little kid yesterday, he was having him a fun right by himself. I don't know if he must have been an only child. And he must have been about 4. Wow, he was enjoying Stop and Shop. He was having a better time than me. And it was so cold in there, y'all. I'm shivering. I wish I had my sweater, a coat, or I wish I had a blanket when I was in Stop and Shop. I'm like, what the heck are they trying to do? It is so cold. And I don't mean just the meat department over there, you know, in the cooler section. I'm talking about from the moment you hit the door. You walked into a deep freeze. You're like an Eskimo up in there. It was so cold I couldn't hardly concentrate. That's honest to goodness true. But I did have a little list of things that I didn't want to forget because I needed some tissue, which I got 2 boxes. And I had my poor scooter was loaded down because I got a lot of big, like boxes of stuff, big, big sort of big stuff, but not a lot of stuff. It's just that what I got was big. Yeah. But I came on home. I got my water. I got only one water. I said I may call Instant Pot if I run out before the month is out because I still had some water in there. And but the tissue, I was completely out of tissue. And I bought me something to make me a sub. I bought, the shredded beef they have. I never tried. Well, I tried that a long time ago, but since this thing, that we got going on with the tariffs, I don't know where the meat is coming from. I really don't know, but they put on the package that it's beef. I said, Lord, please let this be beef. Because we really don't know what we're eating. And chicken, I don't even think they even try to hide that no more. They just let it go, eat at your own risk, whatever. Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know if y'all have ever seen this lady. I forget her name. Her. She is living like in a shed. And I still can't remember why she's living in the shed. But I think I could do it. A one room like that, I believe I could live in. I could live in there. But I have to have somewhere to cook, which I got everything that I can cook. I can cook. I got my frying pan. I got my well, I got a deep fryer, which I don't use anymore. And I would give that to my granddaughter, but, she got those kids, man. And deep fryer, I don't know. And I got the air fryer. I got my little frying pan that I just bought not too long ago. I've got my coffee maker. I got everything that I can really live. And my slow cooker. Let's not forget the slow cooker. That's my pot. I can boil my pot right there. As a matter of fact, I made some cube stick in the pot. I was watching Cooking and Grilling or something like that. I was watching him, and he had made some cube stick inside his slow cooker. And they came out very good. They came out, better than I expected them to come out. And I only had like the 2 little cube steaks. And I didn't have all the ingredients that he had. I said, shoot, I could go bankrupt buying all this stuff I see on YouTube. I already got stuff up there in the cabinet now that I bought just from watching cook shows. And I never used the stuff and end up having to throw it out because it's expired. Matter of fact, I went through there and I got to go through there again because it's expired. A lot of stuff is expired, but then a lot of stuff I just continue to use it, especially if they had a lot of salt in it. I continue to use it regardless to expiration date and all that. Me and my camera, I'm surprised I'm up here this long, y'all. It looks like I'm going to have a video today. Wow. If I had known that, I would have dressed up a little since it's... No, I wouldn't. Let me stop. Just let me stop. Well, that's not my kind of cup of tea. I don't do that. Maybe once in a while I might. But I wouldn't mind getting up there doing some shorts if I knew how to do the shorts. I don't know how to do none of it. I'm not ignorant or anything like that. I'm pretty sure I could learn how to do it if I want to. But like I say, I think one channel right now is enough. But I hear somebody say you should be on all the platforms, all of them. I have Instacart. I got TikTok. I got them. I have them. But I just don't do anything on them. Facebook. I don't do anything on them. I go over there to visit because a lot of my family hang around out there on Facebook. And I used to be on Facebook more than I was YouTube. Facebook was it. It's where it was at. And a lot of my family members hang out over there, the ones that are out of town and out of the state and all that kind of stuff. My brother and his family, the children's, they have they're over there. And so when I want to see what's going on with them, that's where I go. I run over there to Facebook, check it out, see who's doing what, who got married, who had a baby, and, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I told y'all my other granddaughter had a baby on Tuesday. Didn't I? Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. A little baby boy. That's my second baby boy this year. I don't expect any more no time soon. But my last baby before those two, you know what? I see in my, what the heck? That's I can see the lens in my eye a certain way I look. As a matter of fact, my daughter was telling me she could see my lens. And I could see it like when I was looking at out the sun, like the door was open, and how the sun reflection, it looks like a burst of sunshine. That's the way my eye was looking. And that's why a lot of times, when I go out, I have my sunglasses on. Yeah, because of the cataract surgery. And I got to go get my prescription done. I got too much to do. And then tomorrow I have another appointment. I got to go to the dermatology, see what these bumps are on my leg. And maybe, let's see, I can ride my scooter and I can stop by and maybe put my prescription. That's what I'll do. Thank y'all for reminding me. You see how it is when you start getting, when you get up here and start talking, and then you get this brainstorm, it's something I hadn't even thought of. But that's what I can do. I can kill two birds with one stone. Because I can go to the, they're both in the downtown area. And so I can just go there. I think I have to drop the prescription off. And I guess they get you to pick out the glasses. I forgot. It's been so long since I got a new pair of glasses. I forgot. I think I take the prescription there. I pick out the frame that I'm interested in. And then maybe a few weeks later, I go back to pick up the glasses, after they put the lens, fix them themselves. I'm wondering, can they put the lens in? I don't know, y'all. I can require it. Ask them. Wait a minute, y'all. What's this? Oh, shoot. Are those horns? Is this the same lady? Wait a minute. I think she lives like on a homestead. See, there's a tractor. I don't know if that's still her or not. No, that's her. But she's out there in the cornfield. That's her right there. I think what had happened was, I don't know her whole story. Let me see if I can get the name of it, just in case y'all want to know what I'm talking about. Small Dreams, that's the name of her channel. But it's like a homestead or a big farm that she lives in. But I think she has a husband and everything, but she just went and lived in the little shed over there and fixed it up like she wanted it. And you see all that corn, ooh, it's all dried up. I don't know what's going on with that. They need to get out there but I don't see any corn ears on the corn. Maybe they picked it already. Not sure. I'll check it out, y'all. Catch up on it and keep you posted. And on that note, let me toast you this morning with my cup of coffee because I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for dropping by. And on that note, I go with love, and I'll see you again soon. Hey, she did that.